Hi, this is Emma again from SSLTrust.com Australia, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install an ACME SSL certificate on your Nginx web server running on the Debian operating system using the Certbot client. So let's begin. So this is the Nginx default homepage on my Debian server, and I've pointed my domain name to the service address, and as you can see, my connection to this site is not yet secure, and I'm going to make sure it is. The first step in this process is to purchase an ACME SSL certificate. Now if you already have one, you can skip this step. So I am on the SSLTrust homepage. I'm going to go to products, then SSL automation ACME certificates. Scroll down. You will see that we have currently 2 ACME SSL certificates available with one of the world's leading certificate authorities. We are keep with DigiCert and Sectigo. And if you scroll down, you'll see more information about the ACME SSL. For this video, I'm going to go with Verokey ACME SSL. Scroll down, click on Add to Cart, and then I'm going to click on Checkout. This certificate is valid for 1 year. Choose your preferred method of payment, fill in your details, and click on Complete Order. Once you do that, you will have an SSLTrust account. You can head over to the dashboard and select your purchased SSL certificate, and then click on Start Configuration. Or you can generate a configuration URL with a set expiry period and share it with the concerned person to perform the configuration for you. So I'm going to close this up for now. Alright, so I'm going to create a container for our EAB or external account binding credentials. Now, I do need to mention that if you choose another certificate provider, another certificate authority such as Sectigo, for the ACME SSL, the configuration screen might look a bit different, but the process is essentially the same, so you can follow the same steps there too. So add your domain name, click on Add Domain, and now save domain changes. Alright, so now I'm going to create a new binding. So basically, an external account binding are a pair of secure credentials provided by the certificate authority, which in this case is Verokey or DigiCert, to our ACME client, which is Certbot, that we are authorized to request certificates from this account. In layman terms, it's a key that links your purchased SSL certificate to your ACME system. Now this EAB credentials consists of 2 parts. One is the key ID or the KID, which verifies your account, and the second one is the HMAC key, which securely verifies your request. So now I'm going to give my binding a name. Let's call it SSL Guides, and then certificate length I'm going to choose as 30 days. This means that your certificate will renew automatically once every 30 days. Click on Create Account. So now I can see my ACME directory URL, my KID and my HMAC key. You will not see the screen again, so make sure to save it on your system. I am going to store it as a text file, so just copy and paste everything. Let's close this up. Alright, so we have now an external account binding. We have issued one binding with this ID, and you can see that it is active with the following status. So this was step 2, which was configuring our SSL certificate. Now we are going to move on to the next step, which is to actually install the ACME SSL certificate on our server using certbot and our credentials. Alright, so open your preferred SSH client and log in as root to your server, preferably. And now there are a few prerequisites before we start. The first is that you have Debian versions 12 and above. And the second one is that you have Nginx installed. You can check it with the systemctl command, or just point your domain name to your IP address and then check it in the browser like we did. So the first thing I'm going to do is install certbot, which will be our client to install our SSL certificate, our ACME SSL certificate. Sudo apt install certbot Python 3 and certbot again, Nginx, and then in with the S. So we have successfully installed certbot. Let's check the version 2.1.0. So let's clear this up. Alright, so now that we have certbot, we can move on to installing our certificate. Now I will mention that there is a written guide available in the very description of this video, which you can refer to for all commands used in the process. Since this is a multi-line command, I am gonna copy this, paste it in Notepad, modify it, and then execute it as once. Alright, so these are our EAB credentials that we just generated. I'm gonna paste in the command right here. In this with a backslash, you can add your email as well for renewal notifications with 2 quotation marks. So just very simple. So now just copy the CA server directory, paste it right here between the quotation marks, followed by the KID, and then the HMAC key. Change this to yourdomainname.com, and if you are serving the www version, make sure you change it here as well. Otherwise, you can remove this part completely. Now you can add your email address to make sure that you get renewal notifications once every 30 days, and the status of your SSL certificate. So I'm going to type my email address. This is completely optional, and that's it. I'm going to copy this completely, head over to my SSH client, right click paste, and then run this command. Yes, yes. So we are requesting a certificate, and you can see that we have successfully received one, and it has been deployed at this path. So the configuration file for Nginx has been automatically modified by certbot, our ACME client. So we can check the status by sudo certbot certificates. This will show your active SSL certificates with the domains, expiry date, and the paths for the certificate and the private key. So to clear this up, we can check the installation here as well. So let me navigate to my domain name within HTTPS:// and as you can see, our connection to this site is now secure and our certificate is valid by DigiCert. So it is issued today and will expire in 30 plus 1 or 2 days to make sure that we account for automatic renewal. So one more thing you can do is head over to SSLTrust and then scroll down to SSL install check under online tools, and then you can use our free SSL/TLS checker tool to make sure that the SSL is correctly installed on your server. There aren't any problems. So just type in your domain name. You can perform a detailed check, which takes a bit longer. I'm going to do a normal one. So just wait a bit for the results. Alright, so our check was completed. You can see the status here, followed by the report. Let's see this now. You can see the report on all parameters of SSL. So the only two parameters are the expiration status, which is less than 60 days, since we are using ACME. And the same goes for this parameter. So this is not a problem since we're using ACME. Let's check the protocols, and everything looks good. So you can just use this tool as a reference to check your SSL certificate and just check the basic stuff. Close this up, and that's it. So one final thing that we can do is check the automatic renewal of our SSL certificate. I mean, you don't need to do so. Just to be sure, we can simulate the renewal or perform a dry run. So I'm going to open Notepad again. Since this is a 2-line command, we will execute it at once. So type in sudo certbot renew. We are going to do a dry run / then enter your server directory, same what we did here, paste it right here, and that's it. You can copy this and paste it in your SSH client and then press enter. We are simulating the renewal, and congratulations, all simulator renewal succeeded. You can see that the path is also visible. This is the certificate path and the file name of the main SSL certificate. So our simulation was successful and automatic renewals will not be a problem. So this was how to install an ACME automation SSL certificate on your Nginx web server running on the Debian operating system using the certbot client. Now I will mention again that there is a written guide available in the very description of this video, which you can refer to for all the commands and for more clarity on the process. Now, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. And you can always reach our sales and support team for any help in the process of purchasing or installing your SSL. Thanks for watching.